For this week's video, I had one of two choices. I could make a video about YouTube's new terms of service and how they're terrible, unfair censorship and it's screwing people over, while simultaneously repeating what other people who are far more popular than me have already said, and claiming to know way more about the subject matter than I actually do. Or I can rant on the new Nintendo Direct that I have a feeling not a lot of people are going to talk about. Yeah, that second option sounds a lot more compelling. Also, you'll notice right off the bat that I said rant there, because yes, I found this Direct very disappointing. I guess I might as well start this video off with my expectations for it. When I saw the original video for the Direct that was an hour long appear in my subscriptions, I got excited. Oh man, this is gonna be it. We're gonna get to see the NX, we'll see the new Mario game, maybe even the new Pikmin. But then I saw that the actual Direct was only half an hour long and only about the 3DS. I was a little disappointed, but I thought to myself, you know what, this is alright, we'll probably still get some good games out of this. But for the most part, nothing was really that interesting. It's fine if you liked the Direct and you're excited for what it announced, but for me, it was almost comical how bad this Direct was. Let's start with the highlight of the Direct, the sketches. Yeah, that's pretty sad when the best part of the Direct is when they weren't announcing any games. The sketches were fairly funny, but even then, it's not like they were laugh out loud hilarious like the Robot Chicken sketches they got a couple E3s ago. I'm not saying sketches in freaking Nintendo Directs need to be held to that standard, I'm just saying it's not like these sketches were so amazing that they blew everything out of the water or anything. They started off with Pokemon Sun and Moon, which, fair enough, it's pretty much the only game that Nintendo has people hyped up for right now. Unless I'm forgetting something, which I don't think I am, and no, I'm not counting third parties in here. But aside from announcing that they'll be giving a free Snorlax to people who buy the game on day one, did they announce anything new about these games in this Direct? They probably did, and it was probably something minor that I missed. But don't worry, after this, there's a bunch of brand new, innovative games that are about to get announced. Like Super Mario Maker, but on the 3DS. Okay, I get it, there's a lot of people out there who have a 3DS but don't have a Wii U, so this is the only way they're going to play Mario Maker. But I'm just watching this right after the Sun and Moon segment, and I'm like, okay, when are we getting to the new games? Well, certainly not now, because we have Star Rush to contend with. Okay, I know in my E3 video, I said that Mario Party Star Rush did have an interesting gimmick. That didn't mean I was going to get it, though. I haven't had interest in Mario Party in quite some time. I played Island Tour for like, what, 5 minutes? Also, on the subject of my E3 video, I feel like a complete idiot. I praised them from straying further from the classic formula that everyone wanted to see back. So I guess I was just being no better than the people who are like, oh, Metroid Prime Federation Force is a complete disgrace to its franchise, but Paper Mario Color Splash, no, that's perfectly fine. I guess I just hope some Mario Party fans will end up enjoying Star Rush. Up next, we had updates for Animal Crossing New Leaf, which I basically interpret as Nintendo saying, oh crap, we screwed up big time with Amiibo Festival. Let's go make updates for the game that fans actually liked. And then there was the Street Pass stuff, which made me think, oh yeah, that's right, they're still doing that. Okay, I'm gonna level with you guys here. I haven't bought a single Street Pass game, and I probably never will. I do think it's funny that they have one for the stock market, though. And now we get to the most disappointing part of the Direct for me. Tank Troopers. In the thumbnail, they showed all these creative, cool-looking characters, and I'm thinking, oh my god, what awesome game are these guys from? Seriously, they look like a better version of the Wonderful 101. I gotta see this. Even with everything else, if this game looks good, it'll make the Direct for me. Oh, it's a tank shooting game. Yeah, this doesn't really look very interesting. I get it, they all have different power-ups, but the game just doesn't really look that good to me. I'm sorry, but if I want a tank game, I'll stick with Tank, thank you. We also got Picross 3D Round 2, which I really don't get the title. What kind of idiot names the sequel to something Round 2? Seriously, who does that? It's just ridiculous. We also got the Nindies, which I guess it's nice to know when Severed is coming out, but that's really about it from me. We also got the Nintendo Select stuff, great games at a great price, and whoa, wait a minute. By what insane, demented form of logic is Lego City Undercover The Chase Begins considered a great game? Probably the same logic that said that Sticker Star was the way to go for the Paper Mario series, and that there was nothing wrong with Star Fox Zero's controls. Let's see, another update for Hyrule Warriors, yeah, that sounds about right. Seriously, they are laying it on thick with the Hyrule Warriors updates, aren't they? They talked about the new Ace Attorney game. I think I'll plead the fifth on this segment, mainly because I don't really have anything to say about it. And next up, we have a slew of games that I couldn't give less of a crap about. So let's see, we got Dragon Quest, Yokai Watch 2, Disney Magical World 2, Sonic Boom Fire and Ice, and Shin Megami Tensei Apocalypse. If I have to say anything about any of these games, it's the fact that during the Disney Magical World trailer, I could feel my soul being sucked out of me by the computer. I mean, I knew Disney was supposed to be magical, but I didn't know they were doing that kind of magic. We also got the new Yoshi's Woolly World game announced, this one putting a larger emphasis on Poochie. I didn't get into the original Yoshi's Woolly World, so I'll be giving this game a pass, but I won't deny how cute that animation is. We also got more of Ever Oasis. Now, you might be thinking that I'd be excited for this because I'm interested in the game, but I don't even think they said anything new about the game. I mean, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think most of the stuff they said we already knew from the E3 presentation, or at least could infer from it. I mean, I suppose we got a little more information, but we didn't really get that much. We also got the trailer for the new Mario Sports thingy game, and this really made me mad. Why? Because Nintendo's completely hypocritical. They feel the need to destroy Paper Mario because it would be ridiculous to have two simultaneous Mario RPG series, yet they're fine with pumping out at least 5 different Mario Sports series. Oh, well, you see, we can't have 2 interesting, complex RPG series going on, but we can have as many series of boring, bare-bones sports games as we want. Look, even if you like the Mario sports games, you have to admit, they're freaking everywhere. And in my mind, they've gotten so commonplace and generic that I didn't even bother to remember the name of this one. I mean, I know I have the title on screen right now, but I'm not going to bother reading it because honestly, that would take more effort than Nintendo probably puts into most of the Mario spin-offs these days. Now, last and possibly least, depending on the situation surrounding it, we have... oh god. Why? Why would you do this? Okay, before I fly completely off the handle, let me make something clear. If Pikmin 4 is still gonna be like the first 3 and this is just a spin-off, then I'm fine. Would I get this game? Even in that situation, probably not. This game really just looks like changing the genre of an awesome series, dumbing it down, and then putting it on a handheld. Like Epic making Power of Illusion without any effort put into it. But if this is the Pikmin 4 I've been hearing about, then I've got a problem. Not that I'd be surprised though, Nintendo seems to be ruining a lot of their series lately. 3D Mario, Paper Mario, and Mario & Luigi are all having the souls sucked out of them. I would have gotten Star Fox Zero, but the controls looked like they made the game unplayable, and I've heard dreadful things about Chibi Robo Ziplash. However, there is a small sliver of a chance that I might get this game in order to review it. Unlike Color Splash. I know I said I was going to get Color Splash to review it, but thanks to the dishonest and outright despicable way they talked about it at E3, nuh-uh, not a chance. I know this is going off the topic of the Direct, but I still want to talk about this. They say they have new characters, but it's probably just going to be one. The stupid paint bucket who's basically a clone of Kirsty. I mean, I didn't know this in my E3 video, but they were really smug and dishonest about the way they presented Paper Mario Color Splash at E3. They said they had puzzles, but their idea of a puzzle was using a fire extinguisher sticker to put out a fire. And they said, oh, there's a plot twist in the story that we're not going to reveal, even though anyone who knows anything about Mario knows that it's going to be Bowser. I mean, for God's sake, the Koopalings are in the game. Granted, they didn't say they'd be hiding Bowser's involvement, but considering he wasn't in any of the advertisements, they probably are. That's not a plot twist. That's the equivalent of if at the beginning of a murder mystery, the killer was standing 5 feet away from the crime scene, covered in blood, and saying, oh dear, who could have committed this murder? It certainly wasn't me. But worst of all, in an interview with Game Explained, the game's producer said, well, if you want a Mario RPG, you could always just play Mario and Luigi. Well, that's all fine and good except for 2 things. 1, Mario & Luigi is fundamentally different from what Paper Mario used to be, and secondly, it looks like you're intent on killing that series as well. I'm Defoffilizer, and Nintendo, step up your game. I'm not going to automatically buy the NX like I did with the 3DS and Wii U. You have to actually give me a game that I really want to play, and Zelda won't work, because that's on the Wii U. Seriously though, let's just really hope that Nintendo's hiding some good stuff behind the NX. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go play some Thousand Year Door. See ya!